Insurance, finance, investments. These are the keywords that the YouTube algorithm wants to serve the best ads. But more importantly, insurance is used in case the worst case scenario arises, be it car insurance, health insurance, even life insurance. But today we are talking about an insurance policy that's been taken out, which is unlike anything I've ever really heard of. An insurance policy in the event that you are abducted by aliens. Hello! Welcome to Brainspill, the laziest show on the internet. My name is Tank, and for those of you that believe that extraterrestrial life is out there somewhere, there is an insurance policy just for you. Particularly if you're the kind of person that believes that you could very well be abducted by aliens. It does make me wonder whether there's a lump sum premium on the fact that you may get probed. I don't know if there is or not, I'm just curious. Guys, I'm just curious how the policy works, but we're going to dig into it today and find out why this exists. Yes, in perhaps the most unusual insurance policy backing I've ever seen, people can be insured for the trauma and stress they'll experience in the event they ever get abducted by aliens. The first time any such known UFO insurance was offered was by the St. Lawrence Agency in Altamont Springs, Florida, and is said to have insured at least 2 claims for UFO insurance. The managing director of British Insurance, Simon Burgess, has even gone on record and said that anyone that gets this insurance is, quote, feeble-minded. But hey, what about those 2 insurance claims they dealt with? Huh? Even though this was the first known offering of its kind, and even though they only dealt with 2 claims in total, this seemingly hasn't stopped people from going out there to try and get this type of insurance, for people that genuinely believe that this could happen to them. Brass tacks, at the end of the day, if the insurers are going to find a way to make some money off people, then you can bet your bottom dollar that is exactly what they're going to do. I'm sure it's not too difficult to find some people who believe that one day the mothership might come down and take them away. This isn't just a small group of people, however. Due to the demand for such insurance, many companies have decided on a similar offering for abduction insurance, so much so that Lloyd's London have allegedly sold 30 to 40,000 policies on just such an insurance policy. This policy was backed by a consortium of 26 insurers, mostly US and European, but operating on the London market. In order to be able to claim on your insurance, you need to be able to prove that, yes, you have been abducted by aliens. And the ways that this is normally proven is either through having video footage of it happening, going through a lie detector test, or possibly having witness testimony to say that, yes, they did see you get beamed up by the mothership. I mean, you can believe all the witness evidence and lie detector tests you want, but I think the one that everybody is really interested in is for these claims where they've submitted actual video proof. Undeniable proof that yes, you were abducted by aliens. It does make you wonder how you'd even go about getting this and how you'd be prepared for such an event happening. Do you just have to have a GoPro strapped to your chest for the eventuality that you might get abducted one day? Maybe. I don't know what to tell you. If this ever did actually happen and someone did have video footage of this occurring, my question wouldn't be so much, why were you recording this, but it would be, holy shit, aliens are actually real? One man called Joseph Carpenter received £1 million or $1.6 million on Christmas Eve from his insurer after he was able to prove a claim that he had been abducted by aliens. This was the first known payment of its kind. A policy which would pay out by the underwriters in the event that he could prove that he was abducted, impregnated, or eaten by aliens. Nope, those are not my words, those were the exact words under the policy, and yes, he was able to prove that he was abducted. Mr. Carpenter paid an annual premium under his policy for £100, but was seemingly videotaped by nearby friends in the town of Swindon, being beamed aboard the spacecraft. On board, Mr. Carpenter claimed that he had telepathically spoken with an alien with a triangular head, who assured him that he shouldn't be afraid, before passing out. Yeah, if that was me, despite what the alien was telling me, telepathically mind you, I'd be pretty damn afraid. Just gonna put it out there. Do you know what? No, I would not be afraid. And I know the reason why. Because I would be on the alien spacecraft rubbing my hands together, knowing that I had insurance for just such an event. I was about to be walking into an absolute payday. You know, provided I get back home alive, mind you. Because remember, there was a certain part of that policy that said that you would be able to claim if you got eaten by aliens. So I don't quite know how that fits into the whole puzzle here. After this happened, Mr. Carpenter even thought that he believed the whole ordeal. That was until the smoking gun was found. On his jacket, he had, and I'm not joking here, an alien claw attached to it. That was the evidence that would push this over the edge and make his insurance claim one in which the insurer pretty much had to pay out. This was enough to be paid out under the policy, which may or may not have been a hoax, but given the fact that the man went shark fishing immediately after the story came out, does make you wonder where he got that claw from. It might look kinda like a shark tooth. The claw was sold to an unnamed US media agency for probably a hell of a lot of money. Strangely enough, after this whole ordeal though, nobody was able to track down who it was sold to, where the claw went, where the video footage went, anything. Everything seemed to kinda go dark, which does raise a few questions as to the legitimacy of this whole thing. However, I'll let you be the judge of that one. A particularly grisly account of people who have used such an insurance policy in the past related to an incident that occurred with 39 policyholders who had taken out the alien abduction insurance, who all decided to off themselves as part of the infamous Heaven's Gate cult. This organisation could be an entire video topic on its own, but in brief, the organisation was made up of people who believed that they could transform themselves into immortal extraterrestrial beings by rejecting their human nature, and that they would descend to heaven in something called the next level. It really does make you wonder what could possibly go through people's heads to make them think this was a good idea, and it's kinda sad really. As part of this, the 39 members decided to take out policies through the Lloyd's of London insurance broker for alien abduction insurance. The cult members bought a policy in October 1996 for £1,000 or $1,600, which covered up to 50 members, which would pay out £1 million per person for abduction, impregnation, or death caused by aliens. The beneficiary of the policy was the Society of Heaven's Gate, but a question was raised over if the policy would pay out as a result of an issue over insurance premiums not being kept up to date. In any event, there were doubts whether such a policy would be paid out, given the circumstances. Hence, when the news story eventually broke about what had happened and the fact that people were trying to claim under this insurance policy, they decided that it would probably best if they didn't cover it, mainly because they didn't want to encourage other people to take some similar steps. And in the grand scheme of things, I think that was probably the right decision to make. Simon Burgess even commented on this incident at the time and said the following: "Because of the manipulation of malevolent third parties, innocent lives were wrecked. I am deeply shocked and saddened, and that's why we're withdrawing from the market. We don't wish to contribute to a repetition of the Heaven's Gate deaths." So really, ever since this happened, the offerings of such a policy have kind of dwindled, mainly because of the responsibility that is placed on insurers to make sure that incidents like this don't occur in the future. Yes, even insurance brokers have morals. Sometimes. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you want to be notified as soon as I upload my next video, be sure to hit the bell button. And if you've got any ideas for what topics you'd like me to discuss next, let me know down in the comments below. As always, sources used in the video will be in the description. Do you know what? Out of this whole thing, I would be most interested to be able to see the actual evidence that some of these people put forward in some of their claims. Because you'd think that 9 times out of 10 it would be pretty difficult to try and prove whether someone's claim was legitimate or not. Particularly if there's a lack of actual evidence, if you know what I mean. I don't know, does make you wonder, doesn't it? I'll see you guys in the next video. Fantastic.